Hey everyone, I'm Mark,
And I'm Alex.
and this is Final Stop for Final Fantasy Talks. Welcome everyone to episode 88. We're going to continue on in the story, so we're at the Garamsythe Waterway. We just kind of got down there with Balthier and Fran, right? We punched through solid rock, and you go down, you get this scene, right? It's pretty interesting because, man, I'd recognize those legs anywhere. Woo-wee-wee.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mysterious woman that we saw in the scene earlier, right? We kind of got that glimpse of like the insurgents making their way through the
Yes,
sewers.
yes.
And so yeah, basically she's kind of up on this platform ledge thing. She's fighting off the imperial soldiers that have found her. She's outnumbered and everything. So, of course, Vaughn's got to run in there and try to do something, right? He's got to try and make his move.
This lady could be moving the most illegal, illicit drugs that he's ever seen. He's just like, hey, jump down, I'll save you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, man, all right. First off, look, man, you may have rock hard abs, but look at your arms, buddy. Are you sure you
Yeah.
can? Are you sure you can catch her here?
Yeah, your arms are your abs are on point, but your arms are not, sir. Nor are your shoulders. So you really got to
What day
work on
is
your
today? It's
delts there.
core day and rat
it's
day.
it's cardio day every day. So yeah, basically, he's like, jump down, hurry. And then of course it does this little scene where she does because she's outnumbered and why not? And it's only like a 15-foot drop
Yeah,
anyway, so he probably didn't need to be there. But yeah, it does like this little slow motion thing where she jumps into his arms. She's like, ah,
yeah. Dude,
Literally has
he
this thing.
held it, man. Props to
He did.
him. He caught her. It was fantastic. I don't know how the other soldiers got down. I mean, we didn't catch them.
Well, that's the funny thing. I guess they just jumped down or something like
Oh.
that. Because, but I mean, regardless, we have to fight these guys, and it's really not that big of a deal, is it? I mean, it's just four Imperial swordsmen, but one's kind of a captain, I guess. Has a auto protect on him.
Yeah, he has it, and obviously Vaughn was very excited to catch this young lady. But Fran and Balthier, man, they're not a part of that. Keep in mind, they were thieves too, right? What are they doing in the palace? Kind of a deal. And I forget which one, but they're like, our ranks grow by the hour. They're not
Oh, it
like,
goes.
dang, man.
Yeah, I forgot that scene. Yeah, actually, exactly. Right after that, before we get into the fight, it goes. Our troubles grow with the hour, and their ranks with it, or something
Yes.
like that. So, basically, we got to make this quick. And I mean, it's not too hard. In this battle, we do have the mystery woman. We'll just call her. She's kind of a guest at this point. So she's helping out a little bit.
Yeah, and the best thing about her with this is I think it's dark that she has, and if she uses that, that's the first kind of AoE spell that we have and see, and I mean it hits all of them and does quite a bit of damage, so that helps. But
Hmm.
you knock out them, and you find out that she's going by the name Amalia, or at least that's the street name that she got, right? I mean, you don't want to give away too much personal information.
Yeah, and it's like, Amalia, huh? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm
Vaughn is just
Vaughn.
he's so he's so innocent here. It's so funny.
No, well, the best part here too. It's like, so this crystal starts glowing, which is kind of interesting in the first place, but it brings light to itself and attention to itself. And I think Molly was like, "What is that? Did you steal that?" And Vaughn's like, "You bet I did." It's like, dude, what are you doing, man? Don't admit your crime to just random people.
Yeah, exactly. He's like super he's trying to boast about it. He's all excited that he did this and everything. She doesn't seem too impressed. So she kind of walks off. She I think she says something here, but I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly
man.
what it is.
She
But
turns
walks off.
around, holds up the badge, and says, "Secret police, put your hands up, man. You just admitted to the crime. What are you doing, man? Don't
Yeah,
admit
she's
to it."
right. She's none too impressed.
It's pretty funny because I think he says something else that, like, hey, you should join us, in Balthier. He's just, the
Yeah.
whole thing, he's like, man, you got a lot to learn, buddy. First off, about women, because he's like, well, what'd I say? Or something like that. It's like, I don't know. He's got a lot to learn. But even before we get started in your thievery, first step, don't admit to your crimes, man. That's what he's going to
Yeah,
start
yeah.
with this kid. It's like I'm
Yeah.
running a daycare all of a sudden.
I know he's that's the funny thing at this point, right? So we're starting to see the Balthier Vaan dynamic set up pretty nicely here, and it's kind of interesting because he fills the role model gap that Vaughn
Dad,
really needs. You know, he's the cool sky pirate kind of guy. So yeah, he's even schooling him on his thievery.
I hate you. That's what he's gonna get from Vaughn if we've learned anything
Oh
about
man,
a fatherly figure.
if he's anything as much of a crybaby as you know who is, or
Yes.
worse,
I heard you were quite the crybaby, Vaughn.
like the crybaby.
Oh man. Well, yes. Okay, so Amalia, she doesn't like the whole circumstances about and joining thieves. She's like,
Just
I
like
gotta take help, even if it be
yeah,
from thieves. And it's like, hold on, lady,
yeah.
who are you? Okay, who saved you?
Yeah, it's like, come on, look at these guns right here. Who caught you?
Yeah, bud. He's like, come on, hey baby, you want to go kill some rats sometime?
hey, hey, I'll arm wrestle Balthier real quick here. That'll show her.
Yes. Oh man. Well, Malthier does give us a little note. He's like, it's funny. He talks like as if she's not just literally right in front of us, but he's like, we could treat her as a guest. She's gonna join us. You can't modify, things. She's not gonna take your commands. She's just gonna basically do what she wants. And it's interesting that that is what he says, because in the original 12, that was true. You couldn't do any of that. You couldn't go into
Mm,
Gambit's form. You couldn't modify their equipment. You couldn't select them and walk around with them.
mm.
Zodiac Age, though, changed that, man. That's what's really cool. So you still can't
Yeah.
modify equipment, but you can change their gambits, and you can control them if you want.
Yeah, and their gambits are really weird too. I mean, I like the way they set them up where they'll have like almost every single attack gambit or something. You know,
Yeah,
they'll have like the
seriously.
nearest, they'll have party selected, they'll have like everyone. It's like, okay, I mean, he's going to attack, but yeah, it is interesting that in this one, you actually can tell him what to do. So,
Yeah, it's like,
um,
huh, okay,
so much for that,
Balthier.
Balthier.
Well, actually, I will just go ahead and change it. So, you can alter it, do whatever. You're still obviously limited to whatever that character has, and you can't develop them any further, but it's still pretty cool that you can't even do that. All right. The next area, man, we're just kind of getting the 12, I think, feeling here, where 12 is like just rolling cutscenes, man. That's what 12 is.
Hmm.
But we get into this next area. It's kind of like just, I don't know, an open underground waterway. And dude, I just don't understand why this is here. But you're all walking up, and, someone's like, my hair is tingling on the back of my neck, or something, I don't know, because everyone just starts looking up at the same time.
Yeah, they're all like kind of gathered in the middle of the room, this big old platform, this huge waterway area. And exactly, it's all cinematic where the camera starts panning to the ceiling and it's like, "Oh, we got a little amoeba flan
Hey there,
thing, I
little
guess,
buddy.
on the
How
ceiling."
you doing?
Yeah, I call it Christmas pudding.
Chris- Christmas flan, maybe? Well, it
Yeah.
lands, yeah, they jump down, they try to scare you. It's like, whatever, man. You're literally like, you're ooze, what are you? It's literally a flan. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, I know. This is kind of funny. It's like not really a boss,
Looks like it's got
but
the caramel sauce on top and everything. I mean, it really does look like it.
Yeah, the flans in this game are awesome. They definitely kept true to like the old school Final Fantasy flan style.
Yeah.
This one's not too difficult, right? I mean, even on, our playthrough, we just attacked. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess the
Dude,
only
you just
thing,
go for it.
yeah, you just attack them basically. They do their little spin attack thing, their slap, whatever. It does like 30, 40 damage. They're really not that big of a deal. They have about 360 to 420 HP. I think there's one leader that has 420.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're weak to fire, so if you hit them with fire, you're gonna do like 200 damage.
Yeah. It
And
takes care of them quick.
yeah, and I mean, honestly, other than that, the only thing I notice about flans and certain types of enemies, they're really resistant to guns for some reason. The guns will do like 6 to 10 damage on these guys, whereas like swords will do about 50.
Can't quite remember what exactly the formula is
Like,
for guns, but it must be whatever
yeah,
they check against. Flans just have
maybe
very super high defense or something.
maybe like piercing versus blunt
I
weapons
mean, it makes
or
sense. If you shoot a gun into a
guns.
flan, it's either just going to be absorbed like jelly, or it's just going to punch a
True.
hole, which will then instantly just be filled in. So I've
Yeah.
seen enough movies. I know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen The Thing. We know how
Yeah.
this works.
Yeah. Oh, that's old school. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so like Alex said, I mean, you pretty much just punch them through, blast them down. I mean, fire just again. Fran's fire. Or if you have a black mage, just absolutely fantastic. After the battle, you kind of get the first like victory thing, right? I mean, because I guess that is one kind of side consequence to this open world thing in no random battles is that there isn't really kind of like a hey, I won the battle like feeling. It's kind of like, well, I'm just
Mm,
going to continue my stroll now. Thank you very much.
mhm. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's you think back to older Final Fantasies. I mean, after 10, that's the thing. You that was kind of the end of that thing where you had the transition to the battle area, the fight, and then the victory, the little, celebration
Yeah.
dance and
Everyone
you know,
always
the
had their little move or their thing.
Y Yep, yep, exactly, and then your experience in AP. These ones, though, I mean, you think about because 11, that's when they went into MMO type stuff and, world exploration, I guess, not going into those different scenes, and then, yeah, 12 basically continued along that, so you don't really get a victory fanfare except on these special battles or boss battles, but it's kinda cool, like, it plays the, "Da, da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da," and then they all
Classic.
do their little thing.
Yeah, and it is actually pretty sweet though, in that it really depends on which character has which weapon. They're all different, like, and that's so cool, man. I mean, I've really
Yeah.
tested this because put all on swords, and they do their own unique sword thing, and
Yeah.
then all your unique like gun thing or bow thing. Like it's all unique. It's pretty sweet, and so it's just kind of cool. I mean, it's just one of those things that adds a little bit more just enjoyment to it. You see, it's like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
like, because what, Vaughn, we had him, he has that giant rod, he, like, tosses it up, catches it behind his shoulders. Yeah, it's just kind of
Yeah,
like, all
yeah.
right, man, cool.
Yeah. My favorite in these ones is when he has a sword. He throws it into the ground. It's like, how is he doing that in concrete?
Yeah, dude, he's got a thunder. Yeah, it's like, dang, man, those
Yeah.
abs are just fantastically strong.
Exactly. It's just funny. But yeah, it's cool. It says congratulations and all that kind of stuff. So it
Yeah,
does like a little camera pan too. It goes back and
yes,
forth. So if you just sit there and leave it alone, you just get to sit there and watch them doing
yeah.
their pose.
Yeah, definitely until you hit it. Go ahead and move on. We're gonna just go through. You just fight through a bunch of enemies. Essentially, we're making our way through the Garamsythe Waterway. We have the what is it? Gigantoad. Dude, this thing literally is just a gigantic toad. I mean that's just what it is. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, the toads in this game get really annoying, right? We talked about the bat earlier. The toad one again is just get ready seeing this one like the rest of the game,
Yeah, it's
basically.
pretty common.
These these enemy types are really annoying. So yeah, they have a decent amount of HP. They hit a lot harder than like normal enemies do. They also have that like it's like a renew effect. They can cast regen on themselves using some sort of like angel song, I think it's
Yeah,
called, or some
something
ability
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, they cast it on
Yeah.
themselves.
But we actually got some new ones coming up here, right? We got some kind of crazy enemies.
Yeah, Ghost, and this one is kind of interesting that the first one's this early on, and thankfully it's an easy kind of type. But what you may notice with it is how annoying they can be because they teleport around from time to time. And if you are, boom, you charged up your gun, for us it's Penelo. She's like packing it down. Oh,
She's
she
like,
takes a
yeah.
drink, she sits down, naps, contemplates, and you're like, oh my gosh, is the turn up yet? And then she
Yeah.
fires, and then the ghost teleports
Yeah.
and it doesn't do anything. Like it doesn't hit, it
Yeah.
doesn't even register. You're like, oh my gosh, what the heck? But it counts the attack. Same thing also when that first spawn sometimes, if they're too early. It's crazy, man. Like they can be kind of cheating like that. It's like you
Oh,
jerk,
100%.
man.
Yeah, the ghosts are really annoying enemies throughout the game. They're always doing that because the teleport animation is a good like 3 to 5 seconds. So
Yeah, it does
while
take a
that's
bit.
happening, it seems like it takes forever because it's when they initiate it and then it's when they arrive and they're usually trying to get it like your caster, like your Penelo or any of your ranged characters or weaker characters.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they are really annoying. And then we also have another new one here. All right, this one, I'm not even sure how the heck you
This
pronounce
is
this.
all you.
Garchimacera. Garchimacera? Something like
Yeah.
that. I honestly I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce this, but they're the little flying gargoyle guys. So they have like spears and they're flying around.
Yeah, they kind of look like the imps from 10 that just
Yeah.
float there sitting. They're not that bad. I mean, it's pretty easy for those guys. Overall, you shouldn't have too much issue as long as you just don't kind of charge in and keep pulling more and more stuff. I mean, as long as you kind of go at it, it's usually not too bad. But kind of a cool thing though is new enemies, so new items usually is what that means. And we got a couple things. So obviously from those I'm not even gonna say it, the gargoyle dudes, you can get some demon
Yeah.
eyeballs. So that's cool. You just pluck those out. Oh, thanks. I'll just put that in my pocket. No big deal. Demon eyeball.
Yeah, and then the glass jewel you can get from the ghost. Yeah, it is kind of funny actually to think, isn't it? You know, he's running around with like a backpack full of eyeballs and
I know,
freaking
right?
whatever you get from the toads. I think you get like horns or something
Or
like
it's
that.
pelts. You know, you
Yeah,
get all kinds
exactly.
of just random stuff.
These do come in handy. These basically all kinds of new items. Usually get some sort of bizarre goods out of. You can also get some rare items from these guys too. So it's always good to just get that steal in and then hope for a drop that's pretty decent. Sell for a good amount of gil as well.
Keep moving through. I mean, this whole place is, again, keep in mind, this is like, it's a waterway. It's a sewer, right? It's something. I mean, this is huge. I mean, goodness gracious. Like, their water must be pristinely clean, even though some of that flan did just drip down into it. But I mean,
Yeah, we
whoops.
got some flans living in the central complex.
Gross.
Yeah.
Go around, you'll eventually, there's going to be a save sphere. And anytime there's a save sphere and then a door is usually a pretty good indicator. So, make sure you save. Hit up that rusted door, man, because this is a really interesting part.
First thing you'll see is the save crystal. So that's always nice to see. And then it's kind of like a half circle where you've got a whole bunch of little podiums on the outside. If you go examine them, it just pretty much says that they're sort of like sluice control for the gates. We'll get around to that later, but I mean, that is going to be a very interesting side quest for much later, I would say, right? Because the item to get it isn't too easy.
Much further down the line, but it is interesting. I mean, this whole area in general is very interesting and has quite a bit of things to do, but not yeah, it's not going to be available for a little bit at least. Well, you might want to equip a tourmaline ring if you have it. I mean, that's kind of the only thing that can really help you in this next one. But once you go in, man, the gates close behind us. I don't know who did that. And there's just a fireball. It's like, oh, hey, little buddy, like, what are you doing? And it's like, no, okay. Apparently, this is like some demented, like, fiery horse from hell, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so the first thing you notice is it's all misty in there. So we'll get into
The
mist as a
mist.
concept later. Yeah, but the mist in general usually means that something bad is going to happen, or there's a lot of magic around. And so you get this huge fireball, like you said. It's like a summon or something, right? Because it's almost like, well, it's a fire horse, I guess, a Medusa horse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so strange, man. I mean, it's like, seriously, where is this? I mean, no backstory. We don't know anything. It just flies in. This is where Vaan fights rats, man. If this thing appeared, he'd be toast.
Oh man,
Like
can
that
you
would have been
imagine
it
that?
for him. He would have been barbecued.
Yeah, that would have been really funny because we'll get into this one. So I guess as soon as it forms, it does like a little scene and it's like, nah,
Yeah, yeah.
basically. But yeah, we actually have to fight this thing. It's called Fire Mane. It's pretty tough. And yeah, if we had to fight this at the beginning of the game, it definitely would have been a not a one hit KO, but it would have been a pretty quick game over.
I'm Von Firemain Slayer. Yeah, right.
It's
Would have been
his-
that would have been it.
yeah, it killed all of Vaughn's rats. So now he
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to do.
Yeah, he's like, it's a tough time for us kids, man. We got no rats. There's a rat
Yeah.
shortage. I mean, overall, it's pretty common that it's just going to be using fire and kick, but it's pretty quick. Like, he has a very fast charge, and everything hits decently enough to where usually I'd say every 2 to 3 hits, you're going to have to heal. It's just going to be
Yeah.
constant boom, cures, cures, cures.
No, exactly. And I mean, this game has some really interesting mechanics because I looked into these attacks and I found stuff I didn't even realize or didn't even think about. I thought that he just kind of uses fire and kick randomly. He also has another attack called Rush. But what's really interesting is it seems to depend on if he's standing on dry ground or in the water based on what he uses. It's kind of weird. I mean, the dynamics, I didn't write them all down. Basically, when it comes to kick, I think it's when he's standing on because I couldn't tell if it was him or your characters or both, but something like that, where he'll use kick on dry ground and then he'll use fire. But he also has another one, and this one's kind of like the first really crazy AoE attack, right? Where after he loses a certain amount of HP, Again, there's a bunch of parameters for this, but he'll start to kind of charge up his big attack. It even goes to this whole scene, where it's like just a huge, and you're basically just engulfed in flames.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's called bushfire.
Bush fire, yeah, and it's AoE, and so it does quite a bit of damage, and almost always causes poison. That's why the Tourmaline Ring would help
Hmm.
because of the poison immunity. But it's scary, man. I mean, you do get like a small kind of indicator, and at that point, if you're controlling like the targeted character, just run away from everyone else. That's usually the best way to kind of handle it if you're able to. I mean, the main issue, man, is that we've talked about this countless times in the past. It's one of our main complaints with the stupid, like, just AI characters. It's like, stop moving, man. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, pace around if you want. Stay in your general area, though. Like, gosh, you'll have them positioned well. They're good. And then they start coming together, and then there's an AoE attack and it hits everyone's like, oh my gosh, come on, man.
Yeah, no, exactly. In this one, he uses it so fast. It's hard to even tell exactly where the AoE limit is.
Yeah.
Whenever he starts, you just kind of want to try to space out as much as you can. But yeah, it's almost impossible to get everybody out of the line of fire. So you just kind of have to deal with it. But generally speaking, he will use it. So he'll use it after about 12 turns or when his HP is 50% and it's on dry floor. So has some weird mechanics for when he decides to use certain abilities.
Pretty interesting. I never did really look into it that much. All in all, you might die once or twice. It's not common. I mean, I usually encounter that, and overall, you just kind of push through it, power through it, and then he dies, and he doesn't actually die. He just turns back into a fireball and floats back away. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So I mean, fought some flan, and it just went back into the waterway. We fought a fire horse, and it's just going back. I don't want to be down here anymore,
Yeah.
man. This place is scary.
Yeah. It's just normal happenings in the Garamsythe Waterway, apparently, just getting attacked by summons or whatever the heck that was. And yeah, I mean, basically, you have all the Imperials just show up at this point, right? So
Yeah.
you have them all basically coming down the stairs, and then you have like this well, actually we know who he is. I mean, so you see Vayne.
You showed up just for us, man? How nice.
Yeah, I know, seriously, right? It's like, is it Balthier or is it Vaughn? I don't know.
Vane, would you like some wine to cool your throat?
Yeah, he needs something to cool his throat.
Would you like it, buddy? No,
Yeah.
he doesn't. He doesn't want that, and he also doesn't like that we did what we did. You don't quite know what's actually going on. Are they here for us? Are they here for this mystery woman that likes to venture around in sewers? We don't really know, but we're all busted, man, all of us.
Yeah, exactly. So it changes to a different scene here to where so they're all in cuffs and they're all standing there and everything. And Amalia, she's really embarrassed because she's like, they think me some common thief. And then of course Balthier, I love his witty lines because he has a great one here. He says, better than a common murderer. Or something like
Yeah,
that.
common assassin, man.
Common assassin, that's right. Yeah. So
Well, because
I
that's
mean,
what I guess they maybe thought was happening. Who knows? I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say we did break into the palace, so
she's trying to get them all released as well. She says, like, hey, they didn't do anything. I'm just blah, blah, blah. And Fawn's like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, dude, shut up. Like, seriously, just keep your mouth shut. What is wrong? Hi, guys, I'm Vaan. You see this rock? I
yeah.
stole it. Doesn't it look cool? Oh, you're the guards.
Her line here too is so funny because she literally says out loud verbatim, "Quiet, I'm thinking."
Yeah, shut
So-
up is what she said in a nice way. What are you doing? Yeah, he gets hurt by that. He's like, but I thought we had a bond after I caught you. No, there was no bond, dude. And well, here comes his other lady. So Vaughn's stuck between one chick that he can't get and wants now, and one that, man, she told him so. Penelo comes up and it's just like, "Dude, I told you this has happened, man. What are you
yeah,
doing?
she's like, "No, he didn't mean to. Let him
You
go."
didn't
And then,
mean
and then
to.
Vaughn,
It was
pretty much,
premeditated, Penelo. Come on. I told you it was happening.
Vaughn's just like, "Sorry, Penelo, that dinner will have to wait."
Yeah, it's like, shucks. He turns about the ears like, dang, this worked out. That's the only way I was going to get rid of that chick.
Yeah, and then there's this really funny part here. I don't know if anybody else has played this game multiple times notices this. I can't remember how it works, but she's like, "No, let him go." and then she runs through the guards, and they're, like, moving out of her way like she's scary or something, you know?
Ah, yeah.
She's running towards Vaughn, and the guards are standing there. They, like, step aside when they see her running. Anyways, and then Balthier, of course, steps in. He's like, "Here, hold on to this handkerchief until we're done," or whatever.
Yes, he's trying to lay it on. He's like, Vaughn, you stole my gem. I'm stealing your girl. That's what he's trying to do. No, I think he's trying to take down the heat, But I mean, it keeps rolling, man. I can't keep up with the story right now because in the same scene as this is going on, now we got two lizard dudes, man. They're just talking to each other about that blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, they're not happy. We're not given much info. They're like trying to chase him down. This is kind of the second look I think we've gotten at these guys. They're clearly stalking this guy.
Yeah, exactly. They know who he is, and they're trying to get him for some reason, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like he's just like, "Ah, that's Balthier, all right." You know?
Yes, and that he
So
was arrested. The Imperials are ruining things. Well, okay, so through the struggles, Vaughn did get a gauntlet to the head. So the dude is like knocked out cold. He's just like lying there and like, oh,
oh,
did you
yeah,
kill
that's
the
right.
lot? And he's like, I don't think so, mate, but it's a new gauntlet. It's quite heavy. I mean, like, dude, Vaughn's knocked out. I mean, he's
Yeah.
knocked out and he's having this dream, I guess. He's in
Well
this nice white
well,
hospital room.
he thinks he had a dream. So
Thanks.
and yeah, basically it's the same thing, right? It's kind of the flashback again to where when he saw the Galbana lilies in the
Finally, huh?
Easter sand. Yeah, and it's basically like he's in this white room with the window and Rex is Rex is looking out. It's like an insane asylum or something like
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Sure.
I mean, it's the hospital. He's shell shocked and everything like that.
He lived
And
somehow.
yeah, well, we think, right? And then, basically, Vaughn is like, I found these lilies. I got these lilies for you. At that point, he just disappears. Basically, he's just imagining it or dreaming it. And so he leaves the lilies there, but kind of get a little bit more of a picture into what happened in between Rex dying and, Vaughn and his rat hunting.
I'm touched. I just needed a
Yeah.
moment.
It's emotional stuff, man. It's
Ugh.
very emotional.
Rex, sir, you'll never say that again. So he had some tough times. He had to watch Rex, I guess, crumble, and I mean, I still, dude, that dude, he bled out on that. I mean, come on, man, what are you talking about? We saw that. All right,
Yeah.
and while he's there too, Vaughn is saying things like, I know you weren't a part of this, like the whole assassinating the king. I know you weren't a part of this, and even if you were, okay, well, hold on, which is it,
Yeah.
man? Do you know or do you not know? But even if you did have to, Bosch made you do it.
Yeah, he's just struggling to accept it, and yeah, it's just going through the hard time, of course, and all that kind of stuff. So it's this is something a part of the story that is going to get really, really interesting here. That situation with Bosch and what happened with the king and Rex. I mean, at this point, dreaming's up pretty much, right, and back to reality. And so we wake up with a bunch of dust in our face here.
Yeah. She warned you, didn't she? She said you're gonna end up in some dungeon, and well, here he is. He's face down in the prison. Althier's already up and running. He's got the new prison daycare sign on the door. Hey, I'm gonna watch your kids for you. Because he's like, he's like, prison, dude. Where do you think you are, man? You got
Yeah.
arrested.
Yeah, I love that line. It's like, where are we? Prison, where else? Really not much of a prison. They just shut off the bottom levels of the fortress or something, he says. So it's basically Nalbina. Yeah, they just turned the lower levels of it into a prison. It's kind of weird because it's like you're not really confined or anything like
Right?
that.
Yeah.
But
There's no
well,
cells. And I mean, that's what it is. This place is pretty rough, right? I mean, it looks like really run down, crumbly. You can tell that, clearly it's sealed off, as he said. We already know we're in the desert because, we had to walk there. We've been here, right? We know how far in the desert we had to go through. Not only that, but you'll hear like screams in the background and stuff. And it's like, oh, I guess someone just got shanked. Okay, well, this is a fun place to be in.
yeah, exactly. And while that's happening, he's kind of like startled, taking a couple steps back, steps into a dead body on the ground, like this dead lizard guy, one of the bangas, or however you say
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
it. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I guess we're not gonna starve down
Have a
here.
lizard steaks tonight.
Tastes like chicken. Yeah.
It's like chicken.
But, it's funny too because then it's like, he's freaked out that there's a dead body. It's like, relax, it's just a corpse. If you jump at everything down here, then it's going to be a really difficult time for you, Balthier says.
Ken also doesn't really care. He doesn't really like to listen because Balthier's like, hey, we just need friends already out looking. We just need to chill out, lay low. Holds up like this little water thing. He's like, this is all the water we got. And it's like a day and a half. And Vaughn's just walking away at this point. He's like, whatever, man. I'm out of here.
Which, by the way, if that's all the water they have, then they're probably going to be alive for about 5 days, if that.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, goodness,
there was
man.
no water.
You gotta go find some more here. You gotta go shank someone else, steal their water.
Exactly. I will note too, the other thing, the music here is awesome. I love it. It's really unique. I think it is just called Nalbina Dungeons, but it's got like this, Middle Eastern kind of vibe to it and everything.
Yeah.
It's just really, really cool sounding. So as you're walking around exploring, you can kind of listen to that. But Balthier is just like, I wouldn't wander too far if I were you. Remember what killed the cat? Just a word of caution. It's just
We don't
got these
care, man.
lines.
We're not listening to you, Dad.
No, apparently not, because he just walks out.
Dude just walks right out, and this is pretty interesting here. You can walk around, you can talk to a lot of prisoners. They all have various interesting things to talk about and say, some a lot, some a little. And then you also notice there's plenty of treasure, and you don't get your hopes up, though, because if you do actually go and get any of the treasure, it's just a bunch of knot of rust. Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that the first time I played it, I'm like, oh, really? Can I get a potion or something like that? I mean, something good? Nope. It's either going to be a really small amount of gil, talking like 5 gil, or the knot of rust. And you might be wondering, what the heck do you do with the knot of rust? Well, really interesting kind of items again. Never really looked into them because they're not that useful, but they have a very interesting kind of like attack parameter. So basically, when you use them, you can just use them in battle on enemies, and it does their max HP divided by a random number between 1 and 10. So it's really weird. Like, I don't know how they came up with these, but in general, it's quite random. And you'll get real tired of Not a Rust, real tired of it, because when you're going for the best items in the game,
Oh, yes.
you have to equip this accessory, and basically, most of the time, you're going to get a Not a Rust. So every time you see that, it's usually like your stomach just drops, basically. You're like, oh, no, it's just useless.
Well, you can't go ahead and just walk all the way through. This NPC will talk to you a little bit. I don't know, man. I mean, really, we're not going to listen to anyone at this point, where we got to get out. We got to do something. So, well,
Most of them are, yeah, most of them are really depressing. You can talk to all the NPCs. They all have like this giant shackle around their neck too.
Yeah.
So
We haven't gotten
like
our
a
collar
huge
yet, I
ring.
guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's literally an exit, so I'm
Yeah.
not really sure what they're doing.
That's as we know. I mean, didn't they ever play Final Fantasy X? Guys, there's always an exit.
Nobody's
So,
ever
what do we
escaped.
do now, yeah? We find the
Yeah.
exit. What are you talking about? There's going to be an exit, Waka.
Yeah, duh. What else do you do?
Yeah. Well, so
Look
that's
for
what
the
you
giant
do.
exit sign.
Go through the door, the only door that's there. Hey, guys, why don't we just go through this door right here? Okay, you go in and, well, I think maybe we find out why no one wants to go in this door. You go into this large open room. It's pretty interesting. There's like an arena pit in the center with the gates and everything. It's like, dang, guys, what are we throwing down here and fighting? This is like legit.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of look a little bit like a gladiator ring, right?
Yeah.
Not quite as grand or anything
Very
like that.
small.
But yeah, I don't know if you see all these like people around the ring and everything. Why the heck would you try to walk into the middle? But
Yeah, I don't
Vaan,
know, right?
he just, I guess, is not taking Balthier's advice here, and so he does walk out there. So you have this giant freaking body fall from the sky again, like right in front of him as he's walking out.
But then the couple pig guys, right? Those Sikhs or whatever the heck they're called.
Yeah.
They get down and they start just going like, pardon the pun, but they start going ham on this guy, man. They just start like,
Oh,
they just start NFL Blitz fans. If you guys played the old school like us out, we played it. You could just start beating the crap out of them even after the play. And so, dude, they're going to town, man. They give them the elbow. They're kicking them. They're laughing at them. I think someone called a mama joke. It was brutal, man. It was real brutal.
Exactly. They're just like beating this guy down with these giant freaking clubs and everything. And he's like on the ground, like trying to defend himself and everything. And they go for the kill shot where it shows the guy's like, no. And then as they go for the hit, Vaughn's like, no, don't.
Why'd you
Basically, it's
open
like,
your
dude, don't say
mouth, man?
anything. Yeah, they turn around. He's just like, oh, hi guys, I'm Vaughn.
He was defenseless. They don't care. This is prison, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, they don't take kindly to being told no, don't, and he was defenseless. They don't. They don't like those
Yeah.
words.
And these Sikhs look beastly, right? I mean,
Oh,
they look like
heck
they weigh
yeah.
about 300 pounds. So you got three of these dudes, and then Vaughn sitting over here probably weighs about 120 soaking wet. So
Exactly. Well, that's
he's
the thing.
gonna,
That third one jumps down, right, and lands on him, essentially. That knocks him out, dude. Poor Vaughn, dude. 2 concussions within one day. I don't know. This dude's about to have a brain hemorrhage or something.
oh,
So,
that's right. Yeah, yeah. The third one, exactly.
oh, well, Vaughn, he's being dragged into the ring, man. They want to have fun with their kill on this one because this one said don't. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, gosh,
Yeah,
guys,
it's like
are we taking this a little over the top here? Come on.
nobody else said anything, so it's all Vaughn. I guess he's the one that's gonna have to deal with it. So yeah, they drop him. They basically drag him out there, like you said. They drop him in the ring, and that's like, all right, 3-on-1, let's do this. Of course, you have the leading man show up just in time. And man, these are some great lines here. He goes, I'm gonna mess
He's
it
like,
up, but
this is
basically,
no dungeon. This is a sty.
that's right. Yeah, yeah. This is no dungeon. This is a sty. And then basically the Sikh is like, "Bruh, bruh, 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 bruh." He's like,
He's like,
this is
yeah, about there. He's like, he's like, I said, you're the one that stinks, shakes. Hear me now?
Hamshanks. Yep. Yep, exactly. Patooey. But I love that, like the whoever did that Sikh voice. It's like, "Bruh, bruh, 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 bruh." It's hilarious, this whole scene. And then basically he jumps into the ring. You're right, Vaughn. It's like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, it's so okay. You got these two little skinny guys with their fists going against these giant pig, boar, who knows things with clubs, and you just go brawler on them, man. You just punch them. I mean, that's all you do.
You just punch him out, basically. Yeah, you can also throw some rust at him too. You can use some of
Yeah,
those knots of rust. That does a pretty decent amount of damage. But yeah, it is hilarious, right? Because even without brawler or any special abilities that increase barehanded attack damage, they do a lot of damage. They're doing like 30, 40 damage a hit, whereas the Sikhs are doing 15 or something with
yeah.
clubs.
They can't die, obviously, for the story, so, well, we'll just let them beat the heck out of them. Just let them go for it, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
that's what you do, man. You knock them out, and then, cutscene here, and Fran comes, so, they hide to the side, and also, like, there's a bunch of, like, Imperial guys showing up, and some dudes come up, and lo and behold, man, it's that lizard guy.
Yeah, exactly. He shows up basically, and he's saying something like, I thought Balthier was here.
Yeah, he's
Um,
looking for Balthier, and, he's got to deal with them, it looks like, and, yeah, I guess they just can't find him in the prison.
oh, you Imperials, you can't catch him to save your skin. And he basically says, you'd have done better yourself, Bagamnon.
But got none. It's like,
So,
all right, so that dude's bah, I got
yep.
that.
So we finally find out that he's Bagamnon, and he's also a stinking bounty hunter. Yeah, kind of working with the Imperials to try and get this Balthier.
Yeah, and they do go back and forth, like you said, and it gets to the point where, like, oh man, it's about to there's about to be some blood, and I don't know. Then there's different voice comes in, and this dude's coming in with like this bullhorn helmet on, like, he's gonna charge, man, watch out. But they do the whole Titus thing where they had to explain the story to the young lad. He doesn't know anything. Like a judge. They're self-executioners, right? All these are like really powerful guys within the Imperial army.
Yeah, it's like the judge magistrates of the empire, blah blah blah. Blah. It's just kind of giving you the rundown or whatever, and then Balthier basically says it's like the more executioners rather than judges, and they do look that way. Honestly, the very very cool, intimidating, sort of imposing look about them, like really
Yeah,
cool, like knights. The other part I love about this scene is it starts playing the Arcadian Empire
yeah.
theme
Sounds
in the
like Star
background
Wars.
too. Yeah, exactly. It definitely does like fit that kind of like empire feel.
Yes, the Empire. Oh, it's always the Empires. They're always bad. He comes in, and man, that bounty hunter's not going to mess with that guy. He just backs off. Bah! He backs off, and so
Yeah.
he tells his cronies, like any boss that gets put in their place by someone even stronger than them, they turn to their cronies and put them in their place. What are you guys looking at? Get your butts moving is basically what he says. And dude, we love this part.
He basically gets shoved off. His two little sidekicks like, Waji, that way. I was going this way.
I was going this way.
Waji.
Vachi, that way. Yeah, those little guys. So they're off looking for Balthier, and well, Fran gives the plan for the way out. They're basically gonna follow these guys. They're leading us the way out. Balthier kind of mentions that too at some point. Vaan, he brings up a question. He's just like, Balthier, how he's like, what's wrong? Don't trust her? And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know you two.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, I wouldn't trust her either. Didn't she say that there was an oubliette? It's like, why would you want to go to an oubliette? Isn't that like a little torture chamber or something
she's a
like
strange
that in medieval times?
Bunny lady in stilettos. I don't trust her. What's going on here? She keeps talking about some strange myths that she doesn't like. I don't want anything to do with this lady.
Don't not trust a Vieira, okay? They're always right. They have sharp noses.
Sharp noses. They got that bunny nose, man. Those are the ones that just, wiggle all the time. They can smell things. Okay. Vaughn's staring at her the whole time, and she's just looking down. She's like, "You're one ugly little kid." She's like, "Dang." She's like, "I don't know why my nose is like this. I'm part bunny. What's your excuse, man?"
She's like sniffing. She's like, "And you stink too."
It's like, woo wee, man. We just came from a sewer. I smell you worse, huh? At this point, so we're following the judge down, right? He's leading us the way out. That's Balthier's just reasoning here, so we're following them. Thankfully, they led us just straight to where, like, apparently they store all the prisoner stuff. Just how nice. I mean, it's just right there. They even almost run by. They're like, dude, skirt! They put on the brakes, like, hold on, that's all of our stuff.
Yeah, Balthier's like, a depository of our raiments and relics. And Vaughn's like, so our stuff, sir? That's what I said.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
Well, and so you get all your stuff, and this would be another one of those no treasures. One of those is in here, and so, but obviously Zodiac Age, you don't need to worry about it. Go for it. And then there's a nice save crystal, man. How delightful.
Get some HP back from the boar fight and all that stuff, and yeah, at least got our equipment back, so don't have to be brawling anymore.
Yeah, seriously. All right, well, that is going to do it for this episode. We'd like to just thank you all, as we always do, for hanging out, spending time listening. We just always love slapping these together. It's been a little slower over these past few episodes, but we will be back on track for some continuation.
Yeah, and we got a long way to go, and hopefully you all are enjoying the playthrough as well on YouTube. Basically just playing through the game, just having so much fun with it, honestly. It's great to go back to this game. And one of the things I love, and we both love so much about it, is the amount of content that there is. So it's going to be a really good time. Definitely encourage you guys to go over there and check it out on the Final Stop for Final Fantasy Talks YouTube page.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a blast, man. It's just real fun. All right, well, thanks again. We'll catch you all in the next episode. I'm Mark.
I'm Alex.
And this is Final Stop for Final Fantasy Talks.